Hi, I'm Andrew Moore. If you're watching this, you probably know that. So, but I have a play opening on Friday, and I've been meaning to do this whole video blog thing anyway. Catch up with what the kids were doing 5 years ago, and I thought that I would start by talking about the show. And I actually have in my lab some of the materials that went into this play. I've got a little scene here that I wrote on a napkin somewhere. I'm not sure if this made it in or not. Let's see. Oh, it did. Actually, this did make it in. This little bit, but it's not a dialogue. It's sort of a monologue, and the actual play itself had this idea for a show. And the whole idea is to really exploit what theater can do that other forms of entertainment can't do. At least not as well. And you can get away with a lot on stage that you can't get away with in other media, such as film or television. And this idea of having other actors portray sides of a person's personality and actually tag in during the play is sort of like the genesis of it. And to that degree, I was inspired. Here's a little bit of trivia for you. I was inspired a little bit by Leon Gray's Diary of a Catholic School Dropout. I really enjoyed what he was doing in that show, and I wanted to sort of play around in the same sort of sandbox, and just sort of took off from there. Let's see. This is another little note that I wrote. I wrote this at work, actually, at my day job, my old day job. I have something. Oh, this is an old early program idea that Pammy had for doing a program that looked like a comic book, because comic books actually factor into the show as well. Many different drafts of the play. That's actually mostly what this is drafts of the play. I was kind of hoping that there'd be this little quote in here, but it's not. I was reading. I read lots of stuff, and I ran across this thing. I think it was Earl Nightingale, an early, one of the early sort of positive thinking kind of guys. Anyway, he had this whole thing about everyone that we encounter in our life places an indelible daub of paint on the canvas that is our lives. And you've probably heard me say that in the other video, the Theater Unleashed video. And so that's sort of what the play's about. Is about how we collect these marks on our life, and that they're not all bad. It's sometimes as good to, like as if you know me, you know that I was arguing with the internet people over the last few days, and to a degree that the doggedness and the persistence and dealing with those people on the phone is something as a trait that I learned from my dad, from watching my dad at work. The way, and you encounter these things, like you hear yourself saying something, reacting in a certain way without even thinking about it sometimes, and it's like, whoa, what did I just say? What my mom always says in this situation, and it's kind of like frightening at times, but it's not always bad. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This went on a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but that's fine. I hope you'll come out and see the show. I know that Pammy has done excellent work with the actors. The actors are fantastic. All the design elements have really come together in a way that it was surprising for me, because I went to a rehearsal last night, and the lighting designer and the costume designer were there, and I got to see for the first time the costumes for the show. And it's a weird experience for me, because I haven't been as part of the process bringing this to the stage as I was with Pinup Girls, because I directed Pinup Girls. This one I'm just the writer. So it was weird, because I haven't seen anything up to this point, and I walk in and all the actors are wearing their costumes, and up to this point it's only existed as, a description in the script for me, and sort of my own idea of what that would look like. And I'm constantly amazed and blown away by what individual designers bring to a show when they bring their own creative vision to it. And the whole collaborative aspect of theater is just very exciting. So anyway, hope you'll be there. Opening night is cigar night, so I like Punch brand cigars. If you're gonna bring me a cigar, I prefer Punch. Not that you have to. But if you get there early enough, maybe you can share a cigar with me out on the courtyard to celebrate the opening of another show. All right. See you then. Bye.